So are you getting ready for a big European vacation? Maybe you've got a cruise that you're going to take around the coastline, or you're going to plan on taking trains from country to country to travel around. If you're from the United States or from Canada, 60 plus countries, you have visa-free access to the Schengen zone, which is an association of the majority of the EU countries. So that's good news. You can go for 90 days out of 180 days, and you can just show up with your passport and get admitted for a vacation. Well, starting in 2025, it gets a little bit more difficult. Not a lot, but there is a new step. So what is ETIAS? It's the European Travel Information and Authorization System. It's a mouthful. It was established actually in 2018, but implementation has been postponed several times. Currently, it's due to go live in the first half of 2025. So what does it do? It's basically a tracking system to make it so that when people come in with visa-free access, they can be easily traced and tracked through the system regardless of what borders they come through in the Schengen zone. So specifically, if you're from a country where you need a visa to arrive in the Schengen zone of Europe, then this is not going to affect you at all. The ETIAS is specifically for if you are not a citizen of a Schengen country, and if you have a passport that allows you to travel visa-free to the Schengen area. I'll add some links to the bottom about the Schengen zone, and I'm not going to go into all of that, but it's the majority of Europe, but not all of it, and so it's, that's a separate video. So now that we've covered kind of what it is and the fact that you will need it in the first half, how does it work? So it sounds maybe complicated, but it's really pretty simple. They've made it so that you basically pay a €7 fee per person, and it's an online process. And for most people, you will get an email with your authorization within a very short period of time, like within the same day. Some people, there can be a delay. They say up to 30 days if there's certain factors in play. Of course, all of this is speculation, I think, on their part right now until it's fully implemented. But that's what they're saying at this point. Obviously, you'll want to see what the current information is when this actually rolls out to see what in practice it actually is on the ground, what the reality is on the ground. The best part to me about this program is that once you've paid the €7 fee and you have your authorization, it's good for 3 years. So you don't have to do this every time you travel, or you don't have to do this once a year. You literally are good for 3 years of travel into and out of the Schengen countries, and it will, you don't have to renew or do anything else until you reach the end of that period. There's only one exception to that I'm aware of at this time, and that is if your passport expires. So if you have 1 year left on your ETIAS travel authorization and your passport expires and you have to renew it, as soon as you get the renewed passport, every time you get a new passport, you have to submit for a new travel authorization. Again, all this is possible that it could change when it's live. So does it affect you? This is the most important question, I guess. And mostly, yes, it will. So this goes back to the whole Schengen question. Depending on where you're going, if you're traveling to Europe, it is likely that it will impact you because, there's the majority of the core countries in Europe on the mainland, especially Western Europe, are in the Schengen zone, so you will be impacted. That being said, there are some notable exceptions to that, including the United Kingdom and Montenegro and, Albania, Bosnia Herzegovina. There's quite a few countries in the EU, and in addition to ones that are right close by that are popular, like Turkey or Morocco, that are part of the area, but they're not part of the Schengen zone. So if you're planning travel to any of those countries, for example, you're going to London and Scotland, you'll need to follow the visa rules related to those countries, to the UK area. If you're from the US, you would have a 6-month visa-free travel to the UK. That being said, the UK is working on their own ETA system that sounds very similar to ETIAS for electronic tracking, but the details are not fully fleshed out, so I don't know exactly how or when that will roll out. If we find out more details about that later on, we'll probably do a video about it. So hopefully that helps answer a lot of your questions about what ETIAS is, if it impacts you. If you are planning travel to Europe anytime starting in 2025, I would definitely follow up on the latest. I'll put links down in the description to the ETIAS information site where you can get the latest updates. And as soon as it's rolled out to be able to apply, which you can't do yet, then following that link should get you to the area where you can find out, oh, I can apply now. So hope that was helpful. Enjoy your European vacation.